Hello, in this video I'm going to be coding a game about bouncing with no game engine. My idea for this game is that you are a very bouncy physics-defying ball. When you hold down, you shoot down faster so you can bounce yourself higher up. You won't be able to touch the floor, so you will need to bounce on platforms of varying heights. I think this will be a fun project. First I got started on the art for the ball. I made it pixel art because that's what I'm used to. I made one sprite for the ball when it's in the air and one sprite of the ball squished when it lands. I think this will make my game look a lot better. Then I made some art for the platforms you'll be landing on. Now that I have most of the art done, I can start the coding. First I added our ball. Then I gave him the gift of falling and made the floor deadly. But then the ball couldn't do anything and could only fall, so I added a platform and made him be able to bounce on the platforms. I decided to make this a scroller game, so the platforms will move to the left, but not yet. First I need to add the ability to hold down and bounce higher. I just added it, but it doesn't feel very satisfying. I made it so when you hold down, the gravity increases, but I don't think that's solely how it works. What I was imagining was that when you hold down, you would keep gaining momentum and then shoot up again, but that's not what's happening. I think I need to alter it a bit. It's a lot more satisfying now. What I did was I made it so when you're holding space, the platform doesn't absorb any of your impact, so you bounce up to the exact same height as before. This makes it so you can hold down and keep gaining momentum and then spring up. Now the game is almost playable. I just need to make the platforms move to the side and fix some issues that I'm guessing are going to appear related to hitting the side of a platform. Also, if you're liking this video so far, please subscribe. Thanks, now we can start coding again. After a bit of coding, I made it so the platforms spawn at a random height off the screen and they move left until they hit the side. I also added the ball bouncing animation, which I forgot about. This game is actually really fun to play now once you learn the controls. It'll be on my website linked in the description and on screen. Also, the problem I was predicting where hitting the sides of platforms teleports you on top doesn't seem to happen very often and it doesn't affect the gameplay much, so I don't think I need to fix it. The only things left that I want to add are a score and a background. My brother also suggested adding a roof to cap the jumps, so I'll add that too. I won't make it so you bounce on the ceiling, I'll just make it so it stops you and absorbs all your momentum. First I added an end screen which contains your score, high score, and a restart button. I also added your current score in the corner of the screen. Next I added the roof, which was pretty easy. Now when you hit the roof, you stop and go back down again. Now the last thing is to make the background. I want to make it kind of like a Geometry Dash background where it changes colors and just has a pattern in the back. I'm going to make it a parallax background, but unlike the one in my Flappy Turd game where I coded it, I'm going to make this one a GIF in an animation software, and then I can just have it in the back. I got started on the background in Adobe Illustrator and made a simple pattern for the background. I made it red so that I could shift the hue of it easier in the code. Then I put it in Adobe Animate and made this GIF of it scrolling to the side and repeating. I then put this in the background of the game, made it shift hue over time, and the game is done. The background makes the game look a lot better. I noticed that the scrolling animation on the background made the game lag a lot, so I added options when you press escape where you can turn the hue shifting, animation, or background itself off. Again, you can play this game at the link in the description. Here's some tips if you want to try and beat my high score. If you're bouncing and there are platforms at about the same height in front of you and you're above them by a good amount, then you can just hold down and you will bounce on them. Also, if you're bouncing really high and you want to get lower, after you bounce, hold down on your way up so that you lose momentum and then let go so you don't gain more. By the way, the controls are space to hold down and shoot down faster and escape to open the pause menu. If this video becomes popular enough and gets enough likes, or if I just decide to, I will make a part 2 where I might add delta time, sound effects, bug fixing, and other stuff. You can suggest additions in the comments and I might add them as long as they're reasonable for me to do. Bye!